Hello, viewers. I've been putting this one off for a little while. Norma and Manuel asked me to read on Stephen Miller. I have my whole big bag of sage here to get ready for this one. So, wow, his energy is so nasty. I've been putting it off all week. Stephen Miller, 33 years old, full of hate. I'm looking at my notes, just full of hate. He, is currently our senior advisor for policy on immigration. He, got his big jump in his career. He worked for Michelle, what's her name, Bachman? Can't think of her name. Worked for her. He worked as director of communications for Jeff Sessions when he was a senator. And then he got on board with Trump's team during the campaign. He helped write Trump's inaugural address and other speeches during the campaign. He's the architect for the Muslim ban. He also was responsible for our response to the migrant caravan. He's responsible for the policies on ripping the babies and children out of the arms of mothers as they were coming in. Used to side with Steve Bannon. He's kind of distanced himself since Bannon got knocked out of the White House. Idolizes David Horowitz, not sure how you pronounce it. He's a racist author, an activist. He was friends when he was in college at Duke with Richard Spencer. That's the guy who coined the phrase alt-right, who started or is now the president of the National Policy Institute. They're responsible for Charlottesville. Remember that? Yeah, let's go kill some people and march with torches. Just an extreme mess of a person, and he was in the talks with Eric Prince and Don Jr., the meetings with Wikistrat, which is an Israeli company that does geostrategic policies or geostrategic strategies, I guess is the best way to put it. During elections and things, he met with them back in August 3rd of 2016. He met regularly with George Papadopoulos, which, as we know, was convicted on his meetings with Russia. So he stayed in touch with what Russia was doing for the Trump administration. He had a meeting with Muller. Muller interviewed him November of 2017 because of his role in firing James Comey. So if you want to read more about this guy, go to it. His energy is just hate. I can just feel it. It's just hate. Even in high school, he used to go around. He was a privileged kid, although he came from immigrants. His family came from Belarus, immigrants during when the Jewish people were all leaving there because of persecutions. His family came here speaking no English. They spoke Russian, Polish, and Yiddish, and that's it. They spoke no English. He used to yell at kids in school when he was going to school in Santa Monica. He would go up to the Latino kids and yell at them to speak only English. Speak only English. And yet his family... there's a great article on Politico you should look at that his uncle wrote about how horrible Stephen is. His own uncle wrote this article denouncing everything that he stands for because of the opportunities America offered to the family. So I want to look at, as I continue to smudge myself here, get the sage going again. I want to look at, is Mueller going to bring any indictments against him first? Because he's been involved in a lot of seedy stuff. So, is Mueller going to indict Stephen Miller? I mean, this guy, if somebody had handed him a gun when he was in high school, he probably would have shot up a lot of kids. That's how much his hate, how strong it is. You know, he got so angry on CNN in an interview that they cut the interview off, and he had to be escorted from the building by security. I'm like, shoot, why didn't they arrest him? Why didn't they just arrest him for disturbing the peace? Just arrogant, hate, belligerent, intolerant. All right. King of Wands. That would be Mueller. Our hero. Yeah, he likes to think he's in charge of the government. He, you know, one of the things that he has said, like when he was on CNN, is that the president's policies should not be looked at by the judicial system. They should just go through like his immigration bans and stuff. And so he thinks he's the government. He thinks he's the government. He's his environment is all smokescreen and illusions and delusions. I mean, you talk about a delusional guy. This is it. In the foundation, everybody falling off the tower, everybody leaving. Those that have already been indicted and are being sentenced. In the past, all the fighting. Well, that's all he does is fight. Stir stuff up. Crowning the reading, the Chariot. Something's getting ready to happen with him, I think, pretty fast, but I think it also involves some trips he may have made that more information's going to come out on. Near future, he's isolated, he's grieving, and Mr. Mueller is sitting right on top of him. Yeah, his thievery, trying to get away with stuff. Trying to protect his America the way he wants to see it, which is pasty white like his own face. He's going to be out in the cold. Yeah, I think he's going to see an end. He's going to see a pretty harsh end. Yeah. These are cards you don't want to see in your reading too often. When you also have a card like Mr. Mueller present. You know, if I were doing a personal reading, I'd say, okay, so there's changes coming into a cycle with the death card, and you might be feeling a little defeated or whatever. But when you got Mueller in this too, and out in the cold, yeah, he's gonna be brought down. Mueller again shining his light on him. Yeah, and his childish views. Let's see. He's in Mueller's sights. Is he going to be indicted? Is he going to jail? Let's take a look. Sorry, the sage smoke is making me cough. There's not many people, you know, I can read on Trump's nasty energy. I'm pretty used to it now. Uh, there's not many people that their energy just is so disturbing that I don't like to read on them. This is one. Oh, he is so emotional. He is so emotional. His anger and rage and hate. Oh, yeah. Before I go a little further, did I mention his latest policy he's working on? He's trying to create a new policy so that they can deport Vietnamese people that have been from the Vietnam War, refugees that have been in our country for decades. He's looking to deport anyone who they were protected by a policy from 1995. Anyone who arrived before July 12th, 1995 was protected. And that was because that was the date that we reestablished diplomatic relations with them because of John McCain and John Kerry. So, thanks to them, we established relationships. We kept the refugees that had been here for decades. We allowed them in. And he wants to reverse that whole policy and start kicking out sons, daughters, fathers, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, probably some great-grandmothers and grandfathers. He wants to deport the Vietnamese out. This guy is so deplorable, it's beyond. For someone whose family dealt with everything they dealt with as Jews in Europe. Yeah, he's kind of in retreat mode at the moment. It's like he stirred it up. He announced people have been protesting outside of his house in Washington. He has a $1 million condo outside of close to the White House. People have been protesting outside of it all week, so he's kind of in retreat mode. And again, the smoke screen, the delusions, he's just delusional. He is insane. He is insane. He is mentally insane. Yeah, charging forward blindly, just doesn't care who's in the way. But guess what? Sword of truth is coming. Sword of truth. He thinks he's got power, but truth's gonna get him. Again, his nostalgia for the white race. The immaturity of this guy is unbelievable too. Queen of Swords. This is a female judge. I feel like there's going to be some ties in with Ivanka too in meetings that they had. Probably in Jared Kushner. If Ivanka's showing up, then Jared probably too. Yeah, he's trying to protect himself, but there's also Putin and the back channel to Russia. George Papadopoulos and anybody else that got him information on Russia. He's not going to like what's offered to him. He's going to leave. I think I tilted my camera down too far. He's going to leave. Yeah, he's blown off the tower. And he's going to lose his mind. He's going to lose his mind when he's outed. And that's his legacy. As well as there's, where's all his money come from for his $1 million condo and stuff. They're going to be looking at his money and his legacy of hate Okay, you guys, don't make me read on somebody else like that for a while. Anyway, thanks for your support on the channel. If you like that video, click like. If you don't, I understand. Anyway, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. Thanks again. Bye.